When we are picking crystals, be it for ourselves, for another, we always have to get into the intention. What does that person want? What do they need? We can get a little bit stuck on this kind of presumptive feeling of, oh, well, my friend's feeling a bit anxious at the moment, or my friend hasn't got a partner at the moment. Perhaps I should be filling that space, that void for them, with this particular type of energy. And actually, that can be a little bit offensive. If I was to say to somebody, here, I've got you this crystal because I'm worried about you, or I got you this crystal because I sense you're a bit anxious, and I haven't necessarily spoken to you about that, it may actually make them want to retract away from that piece rather than lean into it. So a much better approach is always, I felt this and it felt of you. And that's what we're going to learn about today. Each and every crystal has its own vibration. How we all experience those vibrations, however, is very, very different. That's why we're such amazing, complex, brilliant beings. How you experience love, very different to how I experience love. How I experience confidence, how your friends experience confidence, very different from one being to the next. So really, really, really important that we start to dial into a practice of, what does that person need? So we're going to run through a little exercise, firstly, which just brings into some intention of not being in the shop. We may be buying the crystal online, and we're going to work more on what color is coming up and picking the crystal based on color. Then I'm going to take you through a technique like we've done before with the dowsing, picking out pieces, maybe you've got that color already, and picking out some pieces based on the color that represents that energy of that person that you know and love, and then dowsing and tuning into deeper as to what feels right. Come into that feeling now of tuning into that person. And when you get more skilled at this, you can do multiple people at any given time. But the first place I really want you to come into is bringing someone to mind that you really want to gift something for. And like I said, it can either be a color, or we're going to get a word that comes up. And it may be the crystal comes to you in that moment. Brilliant. That'd be so much more powerful if I could click my fingers. So we're going to come into just a miniature meditation. So we're going to come in just taking a long breath in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. But I really want you to, as you feel that exhalation, just let the shoulders start to drop. Breathing in through the nose. And this time, as we exhale, bringing attention deep into the belly. Good. And then breathing, we're just going to rub the hands together, just spark a little bit of chi, a bit of life force between the hands. And I'm going to lay that onto the heart. So everything's centering. Tension's dissipating. We're opening the lungs. We're opening the diaphragm. We're tapping into that power at the belly. And we're coming to lay over that power center where all intuition is born, right in the heart center, the heart chakra. And then just closing your eyes for me, we're just following that breath for a few more times. And I want you to, just following my voice, bring to mind a circle of golden light. However you feel it, sense it, just let it come, just let it be. Whether you see that in the mind's eye, or you see that before you, you sense it before you, just let it. And then in that circle of light, I want you to allow that friend or friends to come into that circle. And with every breath, they're just getting clearer and clearer and clearer. And we're just sending energy to that person at the same time. And visualizing a golden light running through the top of their crown, right through their feet, out into the earth beneath them. Golden light running right through the top of their crown, right down out through the feet, into the earth beneath them, grounding them, centering, just as you have yourself. And I want you to bring all awareness to their heart center, so where your hands are on your own heart, just visualizing that place on their body. And I want you just to begin to ask this question: what do they want? What do they need? What do they want? What do they need? What do they want? What do they need? A nice long breath in. Exhaling out through the heart. And again, breathing in. What do they want? What do they need? What do they want? What do they need? What do they want? What do they need? Breathing in. And as you exhale this time at that heart center or around them within the circle of light, I want you to allow yourself to see, to sense a color. Or perhaps it's a word, love, power, confidence. However that is to you, just let it come, just let it be. And you can repeat this exercise for as many people as you like to in this life, but today we're just focusing on that one. And then we very gently want to close that space down, so we just begin to sense that circle around their body, around their being, just shrinking back, but this time it's shrinking into the heart, cleansing through until they just gently disappear. You take one more long breath in, long breath out, lifting awareness up into the body, into the room, and then when you're ready, just gently opening your eyes. Now, you may have got a series of colours, may have got one colour, may have got a series of words, one word, whatever works, let it. From that's when we're going to start to get into a little bit more detail of what they want. Now, it might be that you get the colour purple and you're like, amethyst, ametrine, brilliant, let's go for it. It may be that it was the colour purple and it was the word of love. So it might be amethyst, rose quartz, and you may not feel like buying them both. So let's get into looking at how we get a little bit more specific with the dowsing. Even if that exercise doesn't feel good for you, there's always another that maybe.
So next things next. You'll see these are a little bit wet because they've been in the cleansing. You've got your crystals, you've got the word, or you've got the colour, and you've picked the crystals based on the kind of the prescriptive word, or you've picked them based on the colour that you've picked for your friend. Or you're in the shop and you've just picked a load of pieces which just feel really good based on taking around the shop that intention. What do I want? What do I need? What do I want? What do I need for my friend? What do I want? What do I need for my partner? Okay. I've also picked out some pieces here that I feel are like very wonderful, easy gifts for someone who's never had crystal before and you want to gift for them. So let's just go a little bit around the ring here. We've got tiger's eye, palm stone, Dalmatian stone jasper. So I should say the tiger's eye is for confidence. It's about giving you a deeper sense of knowing of your abilities. Dalmatian stone jasper is an incredible piece for friendship, loyalty. I always think it's an amazing piece to have in your home for exactly that reasons. It really heightens that aspect of kind of trust. Hematite is grounding, but without being too overly protective. So it's more magnetic. It's something that allows us to feel drawn to where it feels good and safe and protective rather than hiding us away. Now, yellow, calcite, anything yellow is always about power, personal power, without that feeling like an egoic thing. It's like a power of light. So this is a beautiful piece for somebody who's perhaps feeling like they need a little bit more sunlight in these darker days. Amethyst, oh, we love an amethyst. Amethyst is just phenomenal for deep sleep, but also sparking the mind. So if you have a child that's looking to get themselves more focused on their studies, or you're kind of trying to look at getting a new project going and you need the mental capacity for that, a brilliant piece for that. But also if you feel like the days are kind of running at you at the moment and you feel like the sleep is feeling a little bit more deprived, it's an amazing piece for allowing the mind to really switch off. Let's go into smoky quartz next. So a great staple piece to have. Smoky quartz is just like that energy hoover. It sucks up any kind of energy that is no longer serving of you or your home, and it just hoovers it away rather than your body being like that sponge. It kind of is a catch-all for anything that is too low frequency for your beautiful vibrations. Serpentine or new age jade, it's lucky. It's like luck, wisdom, wealth. Oh, anything green is also the color of the heart. That's always something really beautiful to remember when you're gifting pieces. Citrine is a flow stone. It's about abundance, an abundance of anything you like. So you could pair that together with the tiger's eye. It could be abundance of confidence, an abundance of loyalty, abundance of protection, you name it, you've got it. Then we move on to the rose quartz, which we can't really ever beat, can we? It is unconditional love for self, for others, for all. It's a piece that there is so much of on the planet, and I think sometimes we get kind of thrust down our throat if people are looking for a partner. The amount of people who are kind of like, oh gosh, Here's a rose quartz, that's going to get you a boyfriend. It's not. It's about aligning your energy with the vibration of that partner that you're looking for. So it's an amazing piece. We've got to start using it in terms of love in the right way, rather than just thinking we're going to have it and it's going to magically allow something to appear. Now on the run here, we have got carnelian, an amazing crystal for energy. If you feel a little bit tired, you're feeling a little bit exhausted, or you feel like you just need a general hit of energy, it doesn't always have to be because you're on a low. Carnelian is incredible for these times. I can't make it enough. When I gave up coffee, that was the piece for me. Clear quartz is all about clarity. I always say it's about cutting through BS. So any noise, nonsense, it can be quite a harsh stone depending on how you use it. But I think if you place it again with something very loving or something very energizing, it's a really, really complementary stone for every kind of eventuality. And then blue calcite, all about the voice, all about coming into communication, pure communication. Blue is the color of the throat center. Communication with ourselves, how we speak to ourselves, how we connect with those that we love, connect with people that we have yet to meet. So it's kind of building future growth and communication too. So yes, so these are our pieces. Oh yes, and then we've got Caribbean calcite here also. Think of this like your piece from the beach, okay? This little piece of purity of the sea, washing you, clearing you through. Calcite's really good for helping erode through, but also spark up. So think about going on a treasure hunt. I always think with the calcites, because they really help us kind of move out the way all that's not serving and allow us to bloom through all that is. So you've got your pieces. I would quite simply say lay them out like this. Spark your energy like we did in the first exercise, but this time we're going to bring the hand over. We've got energy centers in the palm of the hand, and these act a little bit like energy spotlights. So your energy, like I've said before, is shining down upon the crystals, and the crystal's energy is shining back towards you. Now, do what feels good. Start spinning the hand, moving the hand in a clockwise formation. You want to be about 2 centimeters away from the crystal. If you go closer, you can sometimes just get a little bit mixed up. Your jumper things can catch on the crystal, then you're not too sure if you've picked the right piece because that's what you're really feeling, or just because it's nudged you into action. So we start spinning in that clockwise rotation, or we can start to figure eight. Do what intuitively feels right for you, but come back to that ask. What does, I'm going to use my sister's name here, what does Becky want? What does Becky need? And breathing, closing eyes. What does Becky want? What does Becky need? Now I'm starting to get a pull from down here, and boom, open the eyes. Yellow calcite. Energy, empowerment, self. Take your time with it, play with it. If you do this in a shop, no one is going to think you're crazy. This is what everybody who loves crystals is doing and encouraging you to do. And it may feel like you've like, oh, I'm not too sure if I'm feeling that. I feel like I'm feeling something, but I'm not too sure. You can always come around and do it again. But when you start to feel the ego say, no, that's not it, that's the next time I want you to put your hand down, because ego does get quite attuned to what the voice of intuition is doing. So when you hear that thing second guessing you, go, aha, that's also a lead to tell me that that is the piece that I'm ready for.
That is my how-to guide to picking crystals for those that you love this Christmas. But remember, you can use that at any time. Birthday, Christmas, christening, whatever, wedding, absolutely. You can add that in. So it'd be, what do so-and-so and so-and-so need for this next step in their loving adventure? Allow that to be the intention. Remember, when you're gifting it, it's really, 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 really brilliant to say, I felt this for you, rather than I got you this because you need it. Becomes a little bit dogmatic and a little less from that heart, that feeling, that loving. That's what we're all here for. That's what we're all in need of. And it's about encouraging other people to get into this space rather than just enforce it how we do it. So any questions, as always, we're here. Please shout. I hope you enjoy it. And when the festivities begin, I hope you enjoy them too.